sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a really fun video that explains a little bit more tactics regarding a map that we like to call Loop, and it's really interesting and actually brings up a lot of good topics of strategy and technique. So before we begin, if you guys like what we're doing here and love the value that we provide, like, subscribe, bell button below, and comment on the video if you like, dislike, what we can do better. Appreciate all the support. On our way to 2,000 subs. At 2,000, we're going to give away a free premium DD giveaway. Or if you already have that DD, then we're going to give you some kind, I think the game will give you some kind of equivalency to that. So let me know. It'll be our first time doing it, so trial and error. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Let's get right to it. The Loop map, which is very interesting. As you can see right here, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie are on the same side, a little bit closer to each other if you want to call it that, while A has this plethora of islands that has that central island that you guys all know and love from randoms that really provides an interesting mix of the game. Now, normally in randoms, what I've seen people do is they normally kind of just proceed to from the north here and go straight in and kind of hold Alpha right there. That's one technique, and then the rest of the team kind of pushes in between the islands or goes out wide at Bravo. Now, the little different strategy here that we're going to basically do a massive Lemming train push, and then we can do this too very effectively with 3 destroyers because we got a little bit more speed. The other team also has 3, but the idea is to continuously push to the eastern side of Charlie and then flank in and then hold, having one team hold Bravo while the majority of the team pushes the rest of the enemy out of Charlie. And that is how we're going to test out this technique and tactic and see how it actually works and why it works so well. So to visually see this, I usually do move people. Now, assume I always have to know where the enemy's going and make it an educated guess. We won't know what they're doing right off the bat. So most of the time I've seen teams, they'll push heavy Alpha with the battleship. Why? I don't know. It just seems to work out that way. While the rest of the teams, the other half of the team, will proceed with their cruisers and destroyers to Charlie. And that's kind of how I've seen most people push. Even I do it in randoms. Now, what are we going to do as a massive Lemming train push? Well, biggest one is I usually get the 2 destroyers. Now, we're in a Lushun today, which I call the mini machine gun. A little less bite, but it has a lot of rate of fire. Pretty good. What I would do is take the 2 Lushuns here, and we're going to speed ahead and spot. That's our main primary goal of becoming a good destroyer player. And then also we're going to cap. So we're taking Bravo. We're going to have the 2 cruisers follow behind, as well as support Bravo, and then the battleship will go also to support the heavy fire push because we need the battleship to not only take damage but provide a lot of fire support to get rid of these 2 cruisers here, or if they bring the battleship, that is the other option. And you can see here as we continuously push down with the 2 destroyers, the middle destroyer will also either spot the middle or proceed right here to have island cover, as well as spot Charlie and provide any kind of fire support to kill one of these 2 destroyers. And that's exactly how this kind of basic technique really works. Now, once we've captured Charlie, because what will happen is they're going to get overwhelmed. They'll push back out. Even though they've capped it, we are going to proceed into capping while the rest of their cruisers come in tow. But look at the advantage what's happening here. Look at where the positioning of our ships are and come in relation to them. We're going to have one person guard Bravo after we push, maybe a destroyer or cruiser, while the rest of us push in to take on Charlie. Now, look, like I said, the positioning in here is key and crucial because why? They have to look at the enemy team. The enemy team has to actually push the far distance in order to get to Bravo and Charlie with the remaining force. Now, if their battleship, which I hope is on the Alpha side, guess what? He's out of play. He is so far away, the battleship is ineffective to support the rest of his team, while we have a battleship in order to support our advance and take out their cruisers. But look, a battleship is slow and clunky, so guess what? They're going to have to do the long drive. Whether they turn in or turn out, they're going to have to drive all the way back, weave in and out of islands. It takes some time. They're also going to have to take their destroyer player and maybe either go the far north and push to the north or something like that. I mean, it is a long drive, right? And then the other aspect of this is, look at our firing angles. We have a choke point right here where we can shoot in anybody coming from the north. We have a battleship cruiser that can shoot anybody coming from the center. And then if anybody wants to attack Charlie, we have multiple fire angles from this direction as well. Notice that what I'm saying right here is the majority of our team can stay right here in the center and hold and provide multiple directions of fire, all from a central point, spread out while having island cover. This is a very, very tactical and very effective means of positioning your ships, and also maximizes the use of teamwork, because look what the enemy team has to do. The enemy team, see, I'll back up here and take the arrows out of the way so you can see it. The enemy team, what do they have to do? They're going to have to come from one to the north, maybe. They'll have to come from the middle. If the cruiser and battleship stay together, they're spread out right here, as you can see, while the rest of their team is somewhere in the south right here. And look at how their team is. Our team is centralized, where we can actually use our position to focus fire in a direction or provide firing support to one of our other teammates. So either we focus fire on one guy, or if a teammate is in trouble, we can all communicate. And again, communication is key to winning these battles, is communicate effectively and quickly, and to mass fire in a direction where we need to call it, because not everybody's going to be on the map right off the bat. Enemies kind of spawn, appear there and at other times during the battle, and that is what's so effective about this positioning. It allows you to utilize and maneuver and fight with your team as one cohesive unit, as well as respond to a teammate that is in distress or need. So let's take a look at the video and see it actually how it turns out, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, team, we are with the Lushans here and providing the map loop, and we are going to push Lemming train style with double Lushans, which is very scary. What is it? Compromisation, or we want to call it. The Lushun is probably one of the most powerful ships I've seen from the Dark Yard and lately, but if you haven't gotten it, sorry, it was available. I don't think you can get it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's available in the armory anywhere. I think it was a Dockyard ship, but I've been wrong on a lot of things, and I normally don't follow because the new Dockyard event just came out with the new Michelangelo, and I am definitely going to get that cruiser. SAP secondary focus cruiser is kind of trying to rival the Napoli, but I'm looking forward to getting it. You guys should try it out as well, as they're doing a Santa kind of container crate theme thing that's going on right now. Take a look at other videos of guys doing it. A lot of economic value and prizes and rewards really coming down the line. Try it out. You get a lot of new ships coming out as well. But definitely check it out, play the game, have fun doing it. But we're talking about loop now. Double Lushun's pushing down with a vampire in tow. And the vampire is probably going to stay in the middle kind of area and then probably hold Bravo Cap, as well as the rest of the main force will be pushing through. First target we talked about is we're going to try to melt down the cruiser as fast as possible with the massive land push, while the other team, the enemy team, has got the Ohio on the other side, which is we planned. That's pretty awesome. So now we have the advantage over at Bravo and Charlie Cap. So we're going to go ahead and open fire right now, become a major distraction. We spot, we shoot, we kill, we torp, we do everything as a destroyer. That is our role. Like I said, you want to be a good DD player. Be that player that leads from the front. Be that one that is calling out fires, calling out shots, starting fires, torping ships, capping caps, moving and pushing the elements so that everybody is following you. You are the leader. That is how you should play a destroyer. And I know a lot of people are hesitant to do that because, oh, I don't want to lead from the front. I don't want to die first. But hey, you know what? You learn by doing a lot of it, and you get better over time. Trust me, I stunk at this game when I first played, but then after time and just being in the front lines a lot and just seeing, hey, what works, what doesn't work, you can really use that to learn from those mistakes, and you get better over time. So what are we trying to do here? We're just trying to push the Yoshino out, and look at this. The amount of firepower that we're putting down with 2 Lushans and a vampire, we're just going to keep this guy running away. I mean, if a cruiser player is literally running away from the little teeny destroyer shooting at it the whole time, then you're doing a good thing. Now, granted, we have a whole bulk, a busload of buddies with us coming right down the line, and he's shooting at us. Another good role as a destroyer player, draw fire. If you're drawing fire, it means one less shot that's being shot at your buddies, and they are surviving longer so that they can take their free shots without worry and fear. So look, we started another fire right there going on the Yoshino. He has a damage con, so the next one will be a permanent fire. And look at the amount of firepower we are putting down the Yoshino. Other people are also shooting at us. You notice the exclamation point flashing red right there. You see it right there? Which means other players are shooting at us. That's good. We are drawing fire from enemy teams that then reduce the amount of fire that goes to our team. So that's exactly what you're trying to do. We go undetected going behind island cover here, and using the island cover, like I said, is very, very crucial and a key component to successfully dodging, weaving in and out of shells, and achieving massive fire, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to keep shooting at the Yoshino, and we lose our Salem right off that. It was not part of the plan right there, but that was from my long shot Ohio, because guess what? The Ohio finally made it to the middle of the map. We should have capped Charlie by now. We're doing a little slow job. Bravo Cap is being held by Vampire 2. If you check the mini-map right there, is holding the Kleber off. That means we have to continuously push this flame. That requires me. Look, I'm the only one firing creating a ruckus right here. Only one firing, pushing everybody out of Charlie Cap so our team can slowly move in undetected, as well as get into a position while maintaining a good distance and also seeking cover to minimize damage being fired from the enemy team. Got also the torpedoes from the enemy team, the Lushun, I believe, fired, and we got to watch and dodge that. It's a good thing I popped the hydro just in case, otherwise I would have lost a lot of HP right there. Notice that we're also spotting torpedoes coming into the cap area, so we're the first ones spotting them with our hydro. The cool thing about the Lushun's, it's got a super heal, as you can see right there. If I heal, I can literally almost heal half of my boat, ship, and allow myself to maintain a long duration for the map. The whole goal is for you to survive the long haul of a clan battle match, because the one that survives the longest usually wins, right? And you keep your destroyers alive the longest, you really are going to succeed drastically. You'll see your win rate go up, and if you survive the long haul, you really get your wins up there a lot. We're going to help out our buddies and shoot the Yoshino here, get one out of the game. Again, maintaining that suppressing fire, constantly shooting, constantly drawing fire. That is the name of the game, while the rest of our ships are allowed to take nice, free, easy shots without fear of worrying about being damaged, because I think that's what most people in World of Warships worry about, is just scratching the paint on their ship. Trust me, you can't take the HP with you when you die. Just might as well get it over. And boom, splash one. He goes down, and we are now one ship down on their side and one ship down on our side. That's even Steven right there. It's a good trade, but now we got to get back into the map. We're going to reposition to the middle. Where does our team need us right now? Obviously, we're not going to keep pressing into the enemy spawn and the Charlie, because why? They're out of play. They can't do anything. So we're going to go back into the middle and help support our team, eliminate our Shimakaze right here, and see if we can get him out. That one less destroyer is very crucial to the game. And our Des Moines takes out our other Lushun. That was crucial right there. We could have had two Lushun's in the game, but unfortunately our brother goes down, and we're going to have to do this on our own on the middle side, because our northern destroyer has to hold and cap Bravo and keep the Kleber at bay. Meanwhile, we're going to have to support and destroy this Ohio, pushing the middle. Now, notice the reason why we did this again was that Ohio's in a bad position. He has to push through the middle, not knowing where torpedoes are coming from the left or his right, and we have focused fire coming from the center in all directions, while he has to only focus his gun on one direction, and we have the advantage. We're going to start a couple fires with the amount of DPM that we're putting down. The Lushun's is very, very good at that, especially if you build a gunboat DD build, as well as for long range as well. You can reach out and touch somebody, all meanwhile staying away from the secondary range of the Ohio. His Ohio secondary range is 11.3, that's his max, while you got the other Schlieffen guys that are going out to 12, that's 1.5. So as long as you can build for range, you can get a long distance shots. And then here we got the Des Moines shooting at someone else. This is our prime opportunity. You look at your minimap, know where the enemy's at, know your position. That way you can focus your fire on where it counts the most. So you want to get rid of this Des Moines, one less set of guns, a fire fast, and also you have a radar eliminated from the map. Can we get this guy out of the game? He's almost dead. And we get another fire. He goes down probably from all these fires. And yes, there we go. Good job, Petro, who helps take out the Des Moines. That's one less cruiser we have to worry about. And now we also have something up our sleeve. The Lushun has deep water torpedoes. Very, very effective. Unfortunately, they're only 11-kilometer range, so you're going to have to use them sparingly and use them more tactically, where you have to get in close to reach out and touch somebody. But meanwhile, Ohio secondaries are shooting us because we're well within 11.3. We're going to have to start running away and getting away, because these things are super accurate. Our Burgonia takes out their Hindenburg, but not after the gearing takes out our Burgonia. So very bad trade right there. It's 3 versus 3. We're going to have to do the bulk of the load right here. We're going to have to see if we can basically wither down this Ohio, meanwhile also staying away from his secondary range. Now, he's the only guy that we can spot. He can only see us. That's why he took a shot at us with his big 457 caliber guns. Very, very scary, but you know what? We cannot stick around. But, ooh, are these going to actually hit him? These deep waters are very hard to spot sometimes, and they pack a wallop, and boom! Splash 2. He goes down. That was a crucial kill right there, because Ohio was the battleship that we had to eliminate because we lost our battleship. Now it is a little bit more fair. Now that we only have 3 people to hold 2 caps, they're Kleber, who's a little bit more HP than our Vampire. I told him to, hey, smoke up, go undetected. You have Hydro. He doesn't. Just play conservative. I'm coming to help you. See, this is how teamwork works very well. You're communicating with your team going, hey, I'm coming to help you. Hold off the best you can. Stay alive. Stay in smoke. Pop your hydro. And that helps out the team a lot. And so I'm going to respond to my buddy asking for help. Meanwhile, down south, Stalingrad is keeping the gearing at bay. And look, we have 2 caps to 1. And in my book, math usually wins. 2 to 1, you usually win. You notice that we had superior firepower. If you have 5 ships to their 3, typically 5 will beat 3 most of the time, not all the time, but superior numbers normally does work in tactics and battle. So, now look at this situation. We have 2 versus 1. We have 2 destroyers versus 1 Kleber. Not a fair fight, but when do you ever want to play a fair fight in war or strategy? You always want to have the upper hand and have the advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and fire and spot myself so he then gets distracted by me, and that way he'll draw fire on me because I have more health than my other vampire does. And look, we're going to try to get as much HP on this guy as possible. He's trying to wither in, go and nose in, but he doesn't know who to fire at this point. It's basically a one-sided battle. We're just going to get as much firepower on this guy. We're spotting for the vampire. He's shooting from the cover of smoke, and we're going to get him. He goes down. Good job, vampires, surviving with a 48 health, basically just, keeping that ship with duct tape and gum together, and that is how the game will end right there. And notice again, we have the advantage. They had to press. They had to actually make a move in order to win because we had 2 caps to their 1. Superior numbers typically wins, and also allows yourself to set up for a win because it forces the other team to actually have to make a move that jeopardizes their position and their tactics. So anyways, it's pretty much a win. We pretty much have the rest of the game. The Stalingrad's going to spot the gearing and take him out. But we're going to, and if our Stalingrad does go down, which he probably will from torpedoes, we can come and Vampire and I can come down and rescue and hold Charlie Cap. And just looking by the points, we pretty much have this game in the bag. But only like 7 more points left. Oh, not until he takes a hit. And we go back down to 939, but it's okay. 2 caps will tick up very, very quickly. But that is how the game goes. Lushun, 150,000 damage, 2 kills for the game, and we took 823,000 potential damage, which means we drew tons and tons of fire. So if you want to be a better destroyer player, take a destroyer out, play it, do the roles that you were supposed to do, which is what? Drive in, cap. You're going to spot. You're going to torpedo. You're going to gunboat. Eliminate other destroyers. You're going to go ahead and, again, cap for your team, spot for your team, smoke up for your team to hide, provide concealment. You're also going to respond to your team. When they need your help, you're one of the fastest ships in the game is a destroyer player that runs back and uses its speed to help and mitigate any kind of threat. So that is how we do it. That's how you become a good destroyer. Let me know what you think in the comments below, how we did, what can we do better, and that is how the game ends right there. If you guys want to support the channel, like, subscribe, bell button below, and appreciate all the support. At 2,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a free premium DD giveaway. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, stay safe out there, and until next time, we'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.